YouTubers, it's your boy Lil Raiz, and I'm back. Alright, so this is what happened. Me and my friend, my boy Calvin, oh my god, we're just discussing about sports. And you know what? It boggles my mind how people are still being discriminated for their sexuality. Doesn't matter to anyone whom someone chooses to be with. No! We are in the 21st century, and by now we would have expected that this would be accepted into society. However, this is not the case. We see the lack of change. All throughout sports, which is absurd. After viewing the documentary Sports Last Taboo, I was in shock to see how much of a struggle it was for someone to open up about their sexuality. I mean, I don't blame them. When you have major stars in sports like the names of Kobe Bryant and Joakim Noah making homophobic slurs, what kind of message does this send? We do care about your sexuality? You are welcome here? No, it discourages them. The reason homosexuality is often degraded in sports is because sports is seen as an aggressive and manly activity. When we often think about homosexuals, we often see them as feminine, so it doesn't match. We often hear about athletes talking about issues like this. Notice how we rarely ever hear from the people who control everything, the front office of teams. These are the big boys I'm talking about. The general managers, the coaches, and the owners. The people who control and have authority and power over everything. They can make a difference and change everyone's perspective on homosexuality. It can change you, the viewer's perspective. Alright, think about it like this. People often have the perception that in sports, it all depends on athletes. Well, that's bogus. Every team has a coach, and whatever the coach says will most likely happen. So if the coach doesn't like someone's attitude, he can bench them. So look at it this way. If your coach is a supporter of homosexuality and embraces it, won't that make a difference in the locker room? If teammates are cracking jokes about homosexuals and the coach catches them and tells them to stop, will they actually stop? In fact, they will, because coaches are very respectable in sports. Coaches have a great impact on their players. If they're able to affect the beliefs and thinking of his or her players, it is only expected that the players likewise will help understand. Sports is something all that correlates off chemistry. I'm not talking about the subject. The teams that usually play the best are the ones who have great chemistry amongst teammates, coach, everyone. Having a teammate who is homosexual could disrupt the chemistry once the team finds out. With the coach setting an example, the player can embrace himself, which can only create a bigger relationship toward the teams and make room for respect. If the members of the front office promoted the acceptance of homosexuality, individuals will not be intimidated to come out. Just look at the Toronto Maple Leafs. Go Leafs go! Toronto's general manager Brian Burke's son was actively gay and was one of the first hockey players to ever do so. Brian Burke and the Toronto Maple Leafs have been supporters for homosexuals ever since. With the general manager of the team supporting gays, don't you think that gives other NHL players to come out, the confidence to come out? Imagine if all front offices were like this. Would players still have trouble coming out? You cannot construct a team without its front office. It all starts from there. So by having your front office support you, it can make a difference for all athletes. Does it really make a difference if someone is homosexual or not? We are all human. We all deserve the same. Let's just say our own Toronto Raptors superstar Andrea Bargnani came out today and said he was homosexual. Will his teammates' thoughts on him change? Nothing would change except his sexuality. He would still have the respect of his teammates and his fans. People need to understand that they cannot judge someone based on something so little. Sexuality is a simple preference, and that it should not change the atmosphere of the game. It is the front office's responsibility to make sure that the players and the league are not prejudiced. If they just brought some awareness to show that it is okay, it can make a big difference. Therefore, it is important for the front office to understand and make a difference, and I know and I hope they will. Alright, YouTubers, I'm done with this rant. Have a good day. Later. stuff.